Hey there, and welcome. If you're gearing up for your California DMV permit test, you have come to the exact right place. We're about to do a quick power-up session, hitting all the key topics you absolutely have to know so you can walk in there feeling great and, walk out with that permit in your hand.
All right, let's just jump right in. Our goal here isn't just to review, it's to really master the stuff that shows up on the test over and over again. We're going to take any of that pre-test stress you're feeling and flip it into total confidence.
So here's our game plan for this session. We'll start with the rules for your new license, then we'll decode the lines and lights on the road, master some key maneuvers, cover the rules of engagement, and then get into special speeds and the huge responsibilities of driving. Let's do it.
First up, the provisional license. Now, this is for anyone under 18, and you can bet the DMV loves to ask about these rules because, safety is their #1 thing.
So for that whole first year, you've got two huge rules to remember: a curfew and a passenger limit. Basically, no driving late at night between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., and no driving your friends around unless you have a licensed adult who's 25 or older in the car with you. Trust me, the DMV loves asking about this, so you will see this on the test.
All right, moving on, let's talk about decoding the road itself. Understanding what all those painted lines and traffic lights mean is absolutely fundamental, not just for the test, but for being a safe driver every single day.
Okay, think of this as your road line cheat sheet. Here's the easiest way to remember this. Yellow lines separate traffic going in opposite directions. White lines separate traffic going in the same direction. Solid means don't cross, and broken means go ahead, you can cross if it's safe. And that double solid yellow, think of that like a little wall. You don't cross it, period.
Okay, this one trips up a ton of new drivers, so let's lock it in. A solid red light means stop, yeah? But you can usually make a right turn after you've made a full stop, as long as it's safe and there's no sign telling you not to. But a red arrow, that's a hard stop. It means stop and stay stopped. No turns, nothing. You have to wait for green. Getting this right is an easy point on your test.
Okay, so we've got reading the road down. Now, how do we actually move on it? This section is all about the nitty-gritty of making turns and using your signals. The stuff the DMV is definitely going to want to know you've got down pat. Okay, here is a number I need you to just burn into your brain. Ready? 100 feet. That is the minimum distance you have to signal before you make a turn. Not 50, not close enough, it's 100 feet. It's not a suggestion, it's the rule, and it is absolutely 100% going to be on your test.
Let's just walk through these 5 steps for the perfect left turn. Now, let's really focus on number 4 here. Keep your front wheels pointed straight. Why is that such a big deal? Well, imagine you're waiting to turn and someone rear-ends you. If your wheels are straight, you'll get pushed straight. But if they're already turned, you'll get shoved right into oncoming traffic. It's a massive safety detail, and the test expects you to know it. U-turns feel a little tricky, right? But the places where you absolutely can't make one, those rules are crystal clear. Just memorize this list. See a no U-turn sign? Obvious. On a one-way street? Physically impossible. In front of a fire station? Nope, never. Can't see 200 feet in both directions? Don't even think about it. Knowing this list is just free points on the test.
So right of way. Here's the most important thing to get into your head. You don't take the right of way, you give it, or you yield it. It's all about knowing these rules of engagement so traffic keeps moving smoothly and, more importantly, safely.
So here are the 3 big scenarios you'll run into. At an intersection with no signs or signals, it's first come, first served. If 2 cars get there at the same time, the car on the right gets to go first. At a T intersection, imagine that T. The cars on that top bar, they own the road. They have the right of way. And if you're making a left turn, you always wait for oncoming traffic to pass. Simple, but so critical. Okay, let's talk about sharing the road with the big rigs. Trucks have these enormous blind spots all around them called no zones. And listen up, because this is your test tip, but honestly, it's also your real-world survival guide. If you can't see the truck driver in their side view mirror, you have to assume they can't see you. So stay out of that no zone. All right, time for a little lightning round. This section is all about those specific numbers and rules for parking in certain speed zones. These are those little details that are so easy to forget, which is exactly why they make for perfect test questions. Think of curb colors like a secret code for parking.
White is for a quick passenger drop-off or pickup. Green means there's a time limit. Yellow is for loading and unloading. Blue is reserved, of course. And red? Super simple. Red means no. No stopping, no standing, no parking. Just stay away.
Okay, parking on a hill. I know it seems confusing, but the logic is actually super simple. You always want your wheels turned so that if your car starts to roll, it rolls into the curb or off the road, not into traffic. So heading downhill, turn your wheels into the curb. Headed uphill, turn them away from the curb. Just remember, up, up, and away. No curb at all, just always turn your wheels toward the side of the road.
All right, pop quiz time. Let's see what you've got. You're driving, and you come up to a blind intersection. Or you're in an alley, or you're in a school zone and you see kids out playing. What's the speed limit? Take a second. These are specific zones where the normal rules don't apply.
All right, pencils down. Here are the answers. For blind intersections, alleys, and most railroad crossings where you can't see, the magic number is 15. Just 15 miles per hour. And for a school zone when kids are out, it's 25 miles per hour. These are non-negotiable safety rules, and you can absolutely bet they'll be on the test.
We have gone over a ton of rules, but let's kind of shift gears for this last section. Because passing the test is just step one. Understanding the massive responsibility that comes with a driver's license, well, that's what keeps you and everyone else safe out there.
Please pay close attention to this. In California, for drivers under 21, there is a very strict zero tolerance policy. That's 0.01%. That basically means zero. Any tiny, detectable amount of alcohol in your system is illegal. The law is not messing around here. So the big takeaway is simple. If you're under 21, the only safe and the only legal number is 0.
And really, this quote from California's own transportation secretary sums it all up perfectly. Getting a license isn't a right that you're automatically given. It's a privilege you earn, and that entire privilege is built on being safe and responsible.
So here's what it all comes down to. You've powered up on the rules, you know it's going to be on the test, but the real question is, are you ready for the responsibility that comes after? Driving is an amazing freedom, but it all depends on you making smart, safe choices every single time you start the car. So study hard, drive safe, and good luck on your permit test. You've totally got this.